You have some stay a while and listens between the different characters. So for Vrisa and Illyria, I mean, basically just being like, hey, sort of ceased hope we'd ever have Sylvanas back. Happy that it could happen. And, if she stays true, maybe one day we'll see her again. That's mostly it. I will say, the whole "you're right, Lady Sun," and "yes, Little Moon," it felt very stilted to me. It felt kind of weird. I don't know.
It
makes me think that these are two people who are family but like never see each other, and I guess it's that.
Well, that's what they are. But
yeah. I don't know. I just thought it was a bit weird.
For sure.
It's like it would fit if more people spoke very proper in this universe, but I don't know. I guess sometimes the voice is a bit strange. Anyway, Bolvar noting that without the helm to control them, the Scourge are now leaderless. Nothing remains to temper their aggression. Indeed, the mightiest among them already vie for supremacy like vicious warlords in the wake of their king's death. Now, this is the really good stuff for the lore, actually, because it's reestablishing the Scourge as a legit and also kind of more interesting threat.
Definitely more interesting. So much more you can do with them.
Yeah, exactly. I think this is great.
You've basically got decentralized evil.
Yeah.
And a bunch of weapons people can use through inherently evil means of mind control and necromancy and stuff. I think it's way, way more interesting. Also, then you have, this is the part that's really exciting. You've got where are all the Scourge? Northrend. And also Lordaeron. Oh, hang on. Can we have territory and faction disputes among a bunch of little necromancer commanders in Eastern Plaguelands? Shit, that sounds cool. Same with Northrend. Do we have to go and stop, I think we definitely killed them forever, but whatever the Lich was in Borean Tundra, it's good. Another Lich was up there. We have to go on an adventure of Mogri and kill them again. Sounds class.
Yeah, brilliant. That's just a nice little Warcraft story, so I think that could be great. And they're already telling a few of those in the new patch. Just really good news, actually. Yep. So fantastic. That's, just really nice. And then for the other thing, Bolvar basically just gets to go spend some time with family, and the Ebon Blade will, guard Icecrown.
Oh, my God. I have so many thoughts on Bolvar.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's going to be quite hard to reintegrate into society when you are, in fact, Mr. Crispy.
Yeah. Most of my thoughts are just based on DK stuff, where it's like, why did he become guilty absent father when he was the Lich King? Would it not have been cooler for him to be the Lich King instead of I wasn't there for my daughter? Would I'm dealing with all of the tremendous pain of being a Death Knight, but also kind of not being a Death Knight? All of the evil shit I did with the Ebon Blade, or the really dark shit I was attempting to do with the Ebon Blade, while under the helm, was that me? Am I me? What's happened? But everything we get is
no. That's here. There's lines of him saying, basically he's concerned, how was I unwittingly preparing Icecrown for the Jailer's purposes and stuff. So he is grappling with that stuff. It's just that also he still is a guy, and he obviously is well. Yeah, she didn't really have me, did she?
Just wanted this to be the Ebon Blade expansion,
Yeah. No, I'm happy with because that stuff. It's not in this line of dialogue.
Yeah.
It's I think up here. Yeah. Even after he sowed, doubt within people, took all my resolve to resist his influence, and still I have no way of knowing how my actions furthered Icecrown Citadel's true purpose. So he's just grappling with both.
Interesting.
Anduin and Greymane. Again, just being a good boy. But ultimately, though, Anduin decides to stay. And there's maybe something in the book that makes us think he goes to the Maw for some reason.
Maybe not extremely obvious.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So if he goes to the Maw, that'll be interesting. Certainly I have thoughts about how time passes in the Maw, which actually this is something the book even plays with. Time flows strangely in the Shadowlands.
Sets that up again.
So funky. Not really sure what they're going to do with him. There's a few things he could feel guilt, and he could be like, well, you know what? I have to help out with these souls too, because when I was, dominated, I did some bad shit. So that could maybe be what Anduin thinks. Kind of hard, but he just doesn't feel he can go back. He's not ready yet. Which, in fairness, he's had a pretty crazy situation.
Yeah, That's the awkward part where, because we never really engaged with him while he was in dominated android mode too much, it's like all of that's inside his head, and sadly we get very little of it. Obviously we get some of it in the Crown of Wills forging stuff, but it's like,
GP Trismo does speak of Bolvar killing the Paladin in the Legion. That's still not something we've dealt with properly.
Yep, indeed. That's exactly stuff where there's so much Ebon Blade, there's so much Paladin, so much like Silver Hand and Argent Dawn stuff that'd be really, really cool to engage with, because like the idea of like the, Paladin seeing, I mean, obviously we get into like, why was this not for every class that has a consideration of the afterlife, but like a Paladin showing up and seeing Uther, been like, bruh, do you not go back to the light? He's like, no, it doesn't really happen. That happens like a handful of people, maybe. It happened Brit and Brad, but no one really else. Paladins aren't some special creatures that, go to the light. They're like, what am I doing as a Paladin then? Or like, oh, Death Knights. Yeah, you're all these evil Death Knight bastards who all the evil stuff is death is bad. And then they go to the Shadowlands and go, fuck, this isn't actually all that bad.
Yeah.
Is this what you guys are doing? Yeah? Sorry to be so mean to you before. But then you obviously have to do that for shamans, you have to do that for druids, have to do that for monks, you have to do that for fucking everybody then. Which is a bit of a problem, I guess.
Now next we got Lorthmar and Bane. Basically just, talking about, hey, are you going to visit anyone before you go? Bane's like, no, my dad's spirit is with me. I don't need to do that.
Again,
which,
a religious thing maybe, but
I like Bane sticking with his way, his beliefs, not being like, yes, I'm going to visit my father in, this tourist land.
Yeah.
Lorthmar, though, is going to go and seek out Prince Kelthas, right? Sort of have a chat with him, learn if he regrets the choices he made, chance to mend old wounds. That's kind of interesting.
I would hope. I think he does, largely. No. He said he didn't, but that was when he was very, very prideful. So maybe he does regret them. And then that would make him different from Garrosh.
Now, or the good conversation, the very good conversation, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, well met, King Grainmane, Regent Lord. I hope the fate of Sylvanas brings the alliance a measure of peace. Peace, you stand in the Shadowlands, ask the dead. I just like, again,
That's a very... Is that a Star Wars line or am I mental?
I have no idea. But, point is, I'm never going to feel peace.
Yeah.
Son's fucking dead.
Yep.
And then he's just trying to be all like, oh, I understand. I get it.
Yeah.
I was a collaborator. Just the end of this is great, I spent most of my life alongside the Windrunner family. Sylvanas is my hero and my friend, but the Banshee who nearly led the Horde to ruin was neither. Then you shouldn't have followed her commands. Good day. Gen's the best. Gen's the best. And sometimes, in the past, they've very much written him with negative connotations. And I don't know if that still is their intent, but fuck it, Gen's the best.
Yeah. I remember what quote I was thinking of. I can't believe it. You're going to laugh.
Oh, no.
I was thinking of the Mass Effect quote. The stand in the ashes of a trillion dead souls and ask the ghosts if honor matters. That's what I was thinking of there.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's how
you haven't played Mass Effect?
That's how prevalent Mass Effect is. I know that quote and I never played it.
Oh. Of course, Pelagos.
Yeah.
The butter boy and the character. I only say that because he, of course, looks like a butter mascot now that he is the color of butter.
Yeah.
When my service to the Kyrian began, and I first learned of the Maw, the knowledge filled me with sorrow. Mortal life is so incredibly brief, I questioned whether any action taken within that span of time could truly be worthy of eternal torment. I confess that as an aspirant, I did not think of such things, only of duty. No thoughts. It was not until I witnessed Uther's plight that I recognized the injustice of the Maw. Never again will a mortal soul be sent to its depths. All deserve a chance at redemption. So it will indeed be the kinky vampire people. Recent events have shown us that a single mortal soul, in fact every mortal soul, can alter the course of eternity. Indeed, for good or ill, in the end it was mortals and their decisions that shaped the fate of the Shadowlands. As Arbiter, I will take that lesson to heart. Every soul will be treated with compassion, and will be given a voice in which afterlife awaits them. Do you know what? This would all be better if just a character died and they were dead and, we would think about their death in a very, spirits, their religion. what they all think about the world.
Yeah.
But now, it's machinery. It's not death.
It's a sorting algorithm.
It's life too.
That's
and if
the
you
weird thing,
die
yeah.
in life too, then you're gone because your energy's been dissipated.
Yeah, just killed any idea. Well, yeah, that's the awkward thing. We're so, like, none of the afterlives we've seen looked like afterlives. That was very much an intentional decision. It was like Maldraxxus, well, this is a military defense force. Okay, cool. That's actually genuinely interesting for the Shadowlands. As an afterlife, a little bit of the honor leads in. Same with like Bastion, was like that's kind of okay, but none of them like because they all serve purposes, and that's like obviously the intent of those being the afterlives we saw. We didn't really get to spend a lot of time in places like, oh yeah, here's just where people die and chill out. You know, here's where they go and run around circles or something. You don't really see anything that feels afterlifey. I mean, obviously there's so many different permutations of an afterlife in religion and history and stuff, but
I think it's just fundamentally, this was
Yeah.
just never the place to go.
yeah, for sure.
But it is where they went.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. Yeah, please. Look, Cosmos stuff, spacey stuff, I actually enjoy all of that.
Yeah, different
It's
planets,
just
cool.
when you do it like this, and it's all very, weird and technical, and it's like lore for lore's sake,
Yeah.
it just feels bad.